Yeah.
Is that how we started? with a one-man applause. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man, and I'm here with...
Akidearest.
And Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2018. And I realized, you know, it's been over a year since we did this.
Has it been?
Yeah. It doesn't help that I've only done like 4 episodes since then.
It gets repetitive.
But welcome to another episode of... Oh my god. We're back with another episode, and I asked you guys on Twitter to do give me question.
Give you questions.
That's the one.
Give you questions for your beautiful Q&A called Senpai Me Answer.
Why do you sound Rastafarian? Senpai me answer.
That sounds Italian if you're doing that.
Senpai me answer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just offended any Rastafarians or Italians
Sorry,
or
Seba.
Italian Rastafarians. They might exist. But yeah, I asked you guys over on Twitter to ask us some questions because you guys seem to enjoy the last Answer Me Senpai we did together. So I figured we'd do another one since I'm here with Aki and I'm literally leaving to fly back to Japan in like 5 hours.
Yeah, maybe even shorter than that.
Maybe even shorter than that. So I figured we'd do one to start off the new year because the first video of 2017 was also an Answer Me Senpai.
Yeah.
So I feel it's become a tradition now that the first video of the year is an Answer Me Senpai.
Once a year.
Once a year.
We'll do a couple.
It's a yearly Answer Me Senpai.
We'll do a collab couples Q&A on his channel.
Yeah, exactly. So without further ado. Let's do it. Ramen or douchey?
What's douchey?
That's what I wanted to ask you. I translated it to Hindi, and apparently, it's Windows or douchey. but for some reason, it gets translated to Dutch. Douchey is douchey, but we've now learned that ramen in Dutch is a Windows.
Well, I haven't been using Windows for a while, so I guess I'll have to say douchey.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
I mean,
Maybe it's another word for Mac.
Well, no, then it would have said Mac. They don't say Microsoft Ramen. Kiss on camera.
I don't have any though.
Although with the power of editing, I can make it happen. Look at that. I hope you guys like that joke. Why don't you and Aki start a joint YouTube channel or do an anime-related podcast together? We've been thinking about doing like a joint podcast. We already do a joint podcast. It's called The Anime Show. We've been doing it for 40-something episodes. Go check it out. Links in the description. Shameless plug aside. We've been thinking about doing a joint channel.
I've wanted to.
I think, though, we decided that like we would do one once we start living together. Because we're still in long distance right now. So I think once we start living together, it'd be a lot easier to do like kind of daily vlog stuff.
I don't even know what
I tried to do it on my second channel, but that didn't last.
I think the biggest problem with the second channel of having us join is like whether to call it Aki and Joey or Joey and Aki. I kind of vote Aki and Joey. It has a nice ring to it.
I don't know. I like Joey and Aki just because that's what our podcast is called. The Anime Show with Joey and Aki. Go check it out. Links in the description. Are you and Aki going to do more collabs next year?
By next year, you mean this year, right?
Well, considering that they tweeted it out the 1st of January 2018, they're asking if we're going to do collabs in 2019. Are we going to do collabs in because we all know we're not doing collabs in 2018.
I don't even know how many collabs we're doing this year.
Well, if you're talking about 2018, then, I mean, you're obviously seeing this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're coming to Japan in February.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to do some videos
for my birthday.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to be visiting each other on and off and probably going to conventions together and maybe doing some videos there. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do more on our joint channel.
Yeah, we'll do more on our joint channel, Joey and Aki.
Links will not be in the description below.
What are the best and worst purchases you've made in 2017? I can tell you without a doubt the worst purchase I ever made was that fucking €2 taco that I bought in Barcelona that I finished in 2 bites.
That's pretty funny.
That was it was like this big. It had 2 pieces of meat and 1 avocado and it was like
you were hungry.
€3.
Yeah, you were hungry.
And it came out and I'm like, is that it? It took like half an hour to prepare. I'm like, well, what, were they like slaughtering the cow?
I can't think of anything at the top of my head like earlier this year. But I do know that I have been buying a crap ton of vinyl records because my parents got me a record player. Yeah, a record player for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm technically counting like the end of the year because that's like in my mind, and my collection already is like it's pretty full right
That
now.
might be a good excuse for me to start up my second channel again, actually. To
What, for
show
music?
off. Yeah, to show off vinyl records. Now that we're both collecting vinyl records.
Yeah, I can't think of any worse purchases I made, but I think one that we almost did was actually in Japan when we just needed to buy a mop. And we almost bought. We went to I think it was Daiso, which is like a dollar store in Japan.
Yeah.
And then we just needed to buy a mop. We were buying a few things for his house. And then I couldn't find a mop for some reason. It must have been like on the other floor. But what we did see in front of us was like these shoes or these slippers that are like little mops. But I think out of desperation, we were actually really considering this. We even put it in the cart until we found a real mop. And you're like, oh, look, a mop. And then you held both of them and you're like, what the fuck are we thinking?
Not only that, but we considered buying like a pair each. It's like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be cute if we both wore these in the house? That'd be doubly quick. Who ends up being the responsible, mature parent in the relationship to stop one from killing themselves from hilarious actions? It depends where we are. Like when we're in Japan, then obviously I'm the mature parent because I know where I'm going. But I feel when I'm here, like you're obviously the one that's like, what do you want to do? And that's why we make a great team.
I'm better.
What's your favorite yaoi anime?
Gravitation. I can't go wrong with that. You never finished it. I
You
know
showed me the first 2 episodes and it was hilarious. Look, it's not that I think Gravitation is bad. Okay? I just think it's hilariously awesome. The thing is, I like the characters in that show.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think the characters, I can see why it got popular. And seeing all the cliches, like the yaoi cliches, now it looks really cliche, but I can appreciate it for what it is. The opening is awesome.
Yeah.
The opening song's dope.
It's
to
pretty
Gravitation.
It's pretty cool. That's what I love. I think this is a very connecting moment, is if a boyfriend gives the time to go watch a yaoi with their girlfriend.
Gentlemen, there is nothing that will get your anime fan girlfriend to love you more than if you sit down and watch a yaoi together. From me to you, that's my advice. Least favorite / most disappointing anime of the year. I'm gonna say Uchiage Hanabi, only because I made a video on it.
There was Eromanga Sensei. Roommate, that was a thing. Yep, that was a room. That was a room.
That was a room. What always makes Aki laugh?
I think what I laugh hardest at is your natural responses to things.
My natural responses to things? I just answered you. Okay, well, apparently getting Aki to laugh is really fucking easy. Did you like 2017?
Yes and no. No on YouTube, but yes,
everything
like in
else.
life. Yes.
What kind of Japanese band that you like? Do you like X Japan?
Wow, that's a name that I haven't heard in a long time. X Japan!
Yeah, we love X Japan. I know what your favorite visual kei band is. Wait.
Girls?
Exist Trace.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
They're
See,
my
I
favorite.
know my visual kei band.
Japanese bands, it's been pretty diverse. Like, there was Melt Banana.
Melt Banana's awesome.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Rin Toshite Shigure. Another band I've been recently listening to is Polka Dot Stingray. They're fucking awesome. We'll one day go more in depth into J-Rock stuff.
We can save that for a whole...
We can save that for a whole podcast even. The anime show with Joey and Aki. Links in the description. Out of all things you've accomplished this year, what do you think was the most outstanding part of your year as a YouTuber?
I would say everyone that we've met and all the people that we've become friends with. Definitely with a lot more Anitubers, a lot of just YouTubers in general, and just people outside of YouTube.
I don't know. I got to collab with Kizuna Ai.
Oh yeah, that was a nice video.
I'm the only ever Anituber who's ever contacted her.
That's great.
Which is cool. I'll take that. Like, I got to voice act in a visual novel, which is also cool. Just
That's
a lot of
good.
like little small advancements in cool shit. Can you confess your love to Aki Senpai Uwu? Aki, I love Yoshi's Story on the Super Nintendo. It's my favorite game of all time. I also really love Final Fantasy VI. I don't care what anyone says. Final Fantasy VII is not that great. Final Fantasy VI is the best Final Fantasy. And after, where are you going? Can I marry Aki? I don't know. That's not for me to decide.
I mean, you can. I don't know if you will.
What is your opinion on the economy? I don't wanted to choose this just because it's like...
In what sense?
Do you know what we do for a living? You're asking two people who watch Japanese cartoons for a living, what is our opinion on the economy?
How are the stocks?
How would you describe everyone you know?
Human beings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's phrased in a really strange way. You're describing everyone we know.
Alive, I hope.
I mean, some we wish we didn't, but,
alive, healthy.
I mean, that's also debatable.
Okay, we drag on.
When life gives you lemons, what do?
You take those lemons and you shove it. What's the quote from Portal? God damn it, I can't remember.
Take those lemons and you shove them up your butt. And then you'll be a real sourpuss.
Good. Oh my god.
After seeing the rope video from akidearest, do you find yourself more interested in knots? Not really!
Oh my god.
I didn't mind it.
Really?
I'm not totally into shibari, but I mean, hey.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I mean, you were in it, so obviously I liked it. We are mostly made out of water, and we drink water to sustain life. So we're essentially drinking ourselves. I mean, I drink myself to forget about the shit I do, if that's what you're asking. Joey, would you trade your Switch to save Aki if she was in trouble? Am I allowed to keep the games?
You know, I gave you that Switch.
If each of you could choose a show / book / other form of media that's not currently an anime to be created into an anime, what would it be and why? What about like a Lord of the Rings anime?
That'd be so weird.
That would be weird, but like, I feel it could kind of work. What about Filthy Frank the anime? I think we're all okay with that.
I feel like that would be a more extreme version of Shin-chan. I don't know why.
It's like Shin-chan, but if Shin-chan was like 25. Talk with your native language swapped. So Joey talking Tagalog and Aki talk Japanese.
こんばんは。よろしくお願いします。
Hindi? I'm sorry, that's all I know. That's all I remember. Can you write a haiku about Aki? Akidearest is my girlfriend, if you didn't know. She is pretty. Now that. Can you do one on me, even though it wasn't part of the question?
Okay. Joey makes me... Wait, no.
Wet.
Joey is my love. His memes make me laugh a lot, so I fart at him.
You basically just described our relationship, right? No, wait, who's sponsoring this video? I'm glad you asked and I totally didn't ask and grab your question because of that. Because today's video is sponsored by G-Kids, who are proud to announce a brand new Ghibli-inspired film called Mary and the Witch's Flower. Directed by Studio Ghibli veteran Yonebayashi Hiromasa, Mary and the Witch's Flower is Studio Ponic's debut film incorporating everything you love about Ghibli's animation, storytelling, and characters. I had the opportunity to watch this film early, and I gotta say that if you love your Studio Ghibli stuff, then you should be hyped as hell for this film. And just for you all, if you click the first link in the description below, you can go into the raffle to win 2 tickets to see the movie in theaters from January 18th. So good luck to all the winners, and hope you enjoy the movie. Well, there you have it, guys. That's gonna do it for this episode of Answer Me Senpai. Please don't do that. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to smash that like button, fam. And if you'd like to ask questions for next week's or next month's or next year's Answer Me Senpai, because it'll most likely just be me, then either leave them on Twitter using the hashtag AnswerMeSenpai, or leave them in the comments of this video if you don't have a Twitter or you can't be fucked to make one. I've also left the link to the first Answer Me Senpai that I did with Aki, which was like last year. It's a good video, so go check it out. And if you don't know who this woman is, and this is just somehow happens to be the first video you're watching of me, then go check her out, because her content is also pretty fucking dope, as you can see from her professionalism. But guys, I hope you have had an excellent New Year's Eve, and I hope the start of 2018 has been great. If it hasn't, then well, you know, hopefully we can make it better, and hopefully there'll be some awesome content to come. So yeah, come along on this adventure. Let's hope that YouTube doesn't implode on itself this year like we thought it was going to last year. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy, subscribe for more anime banner, and I'll see you guys next video of whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Johnny!